Last month, Austin City leaders approved nearly $1 million for Urban Alchemy to expand the Homeless Engagement Response Team, or HART for short, here in the city. The goal of that initiative is to provide critical support to the unhoused and reduce strain on law enforcement. This afternoon, we are joined by Kirkpatrick Tyler with Urban Alchemy. Kirkpatrick, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks so much. Thanks for having me. We're really excited to be here.
Yeah, and I'm happy to talk to you more about this initiative. So the HART pilot program has been going on for a few months now, and one of the duties of that team is to de-escalate some behavioral issues. Why is that important to intervene, and what does that look like?
Yeah, so it's actually really about proactive engagement, right? It's all about relationship building. Oftentimes, our unhoused neighbors are going through crises, experiencing hardship, maybe having conflict. And so it becomes really important to meet those challenges and crises with empathy, love, and supports and services than enforcement. Because oftentimes what we're seeing is not that our unhoused neighbors want to do harm to anybody else, but that they need help. And the de-escalation allows us to remove the crises kind of temperament out of the conversation and focus on the need of the guest.
You mentioned there that this is not just about being there in an emergency type situation. What else does the team do, and how do you define success?
Yeah, so again, our teams do proactive engagement both with our unhoused neighbors, our housed neighbors, our community stakeholders, and folks who may just be passersby. The reason this is important is because it reinforces that sense of community, right? That we're all here together. We all have individual needs, but we're all a part of the same community. And so the practitioners that serve on the HEART team really are serving as the folks that weave all of us together. And then for those of us that are in need and are in crises, that they're there to support, get them connected to services, and help them to find a safe place to deal with the crises. The way that we identify success, one, is that we are able to engage folks from an empathetic and relationship standpoint. And so our proactive teams, the purpose of them being in the field is so the first time someone's engaged by or meeting our teams on the ground is not because there was a call or in the middle of a crisis. And so what it does is it provides a familiar face. The second marker for success is that we're able to actually de-escalate whatever the crises or what's going on the ground, that our teams are actually able to bring some resolve and offer some support. And then the third marker for success is that we're able to take that interaction that started out in crises and transition it into an opportunity to connect our most vulnerable neighbors to support, to services, and hopefully to get them connected to the continuum of care so that they can achieve either interim housing or be placed in the queue for permanent housing placement.
And we mentioned earlier that the city awarded your group some more money to be able to help with this initiative. What all will that money be able to help you all do? Will it be able to expand?
Correct. So the first thing that it does is it allows this program that started out as a pilot that we partnered with the Downtown Austin Alliance on. So to help this work to continue, the work we've been doing now for about 8 months. Also, it will help us to expand the service grid. So there are additional areas that our team wasn't serving that will expand. And thirdly, it will continue to allow us to see the impact that can be made in the community when we have teams on the ground that are connected to services as well as to shelter beds in the area. And so I think over this existing time period, what we've seen are folks are being served. The area not just is safe, but feels safer, and people are being connected to more sustainable services.
Yeah, so interesting to hear more about this. But Kirkpatrick Tyler with Urban Alchemy, thank you again for being with us a little bit more about this.
Awesome. Thank you.
We appreciate it as always.